What's up everybody, you're very welcome along to my Premier League team of the season video. As always with this, it's a subjective thing. Some people will agree with what I have to say, some people will absolutely hate what I have to say, but I would love your feedback on this. Let me know your thoughts on those that I've chosen or who you would replace them with in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button as well. As you can see from the desk here, we've just passed 100,000 subscribers, meaning we did get the YouTube silver play button, but it's not my button. It's not Connor's button, it's the community's button. We've all done this together, so I want to start off by saying a massive thank you for that. We never thought we'd hit it, but look, I'm going to get straight into it now. I have challenged myself in this one. I've looked at everything from statistics to FPL numbers to FIFA rankings and of course my own two eyes to try and make sure that if I have an assumption about somebody, I try and back it up, because I'm well aware that I could come into this and be absolutely biased, not want to choose United players, not want to choose City players, but that's just unfair. So I promise you, I've gone through this from 1 to 11 and tried to be as fair as I can. Now, what better place to start than with the goalkeeper position? And for me, as you can see, I've gone for Edouard Mendy. Now, Chelsea's defence has been ruthlessly efficient this season, particularly since Thomas Tuchel has come in. And if you look down through the top 6, there aren't many standout performers in the goalkeeping position this season. So I could have gone with Fernndez from Aston Villa, and he has had an excellent season. But in the end, I ended up going with Edouard Mendy as my choice for the goalkeeper of the year. I think he's been an integral part of the success that Thomas Tuchel has brought to Chelsea this season and will continue to do. And I know they play a back 3, sometimes a back 5, but Mendy has had some errors this season. I will admit that one, but so will every goalkeeper. It's a very difficult position. Having played there myself, I can certainly admit my own fair share of mistakes. But look, we're at the top level here. I've gone for Edouard Mendy as my goalkeeper. Now, on top of Edouard Mendy, we need some full-backs and we need some centre-backs. So here's who I've gone for as my first choice. I'm going to go for right-back. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I have gone for Koufal. He's had an excellent season, as have West Ham. There probably could have been more West Ham players in my team of the season, but Koufal's the only one that's made it. Now, I don't want to give too much away, but, you know, Jamie Carragher, I think, has been his team of the year as well, and as do many other neutrals out there. He's had a cracking season. West Ham have done more than many of us had thought they would do, and credit goes to David Moyes and those West Ham players. They've also made some really good signings as well. I mean, Souček has been absolutely fantastic this year. Lingard has had a massive impact since he's come into the club in the January window as well, but I think I can't do a team of the season in good conscience without having at least one West Ham player in, and for me, Koufal is who I've chosen at right back. Moving on to centre back now, ladies and gentlemen. The first one is, of course, Ruben Dias. What a player he has been for Manchester City. A leader on the pitch, somebody who's helped steer them from a shaky start right through to basically running away with the Premier League title at the end of it. He's been a fantastic addition to the Premier League and, of course, to Manchester City. Very easy decision in picking Ruben Dias there. But who is going to be his centre back partner? There is only really one choice. There is only one man that has come into the Premier League and done it like no other. That man is, of course, Ben Davies. I mean, tell me anything he's done wrong. Anything whatsoever. I'll wait. No, of course I'm only joking with you. Ben Davies doesn't even exist. He's an urban myth. Here's the actual choice. I've gone for Wesley Fofana. Leicester City have had another cracking season. They're having a bit of a wobble right now, and they may or may not end up in top 4. But the reason I've gone for Fofana, as well as some of the statistics and that as well, is I just love the way Leicester have recruited since they've moved players on. You sell Harry Maguire, you bring in Fofana, you bring in Soyuncu. They've been excellent in their recruitment, and I think Fofana has been one of the most consistent players in that very good young Leicester City team. So my choice of centre-back pairing is Ruben Dias and Wesley Fofana. Now moving on to the left-back position, ladies and gentlemen, I have gone for Luke Shaw of Manchester United. Now, I've probably been one of Luke Shaw's biggest critics over the years. I've always known that there's a player in there, but this season, I think he has really come into his own. There's some great left-backs in the Premier League. Chilwell's a fantastic left-back, but Luke Shaw, to me, I think I wouldn't be doing him any justice if I didn't have him in my team of the season. Some of the games I've seen this year, he's been unplayable down that left-hand side. Maybe, I've seen United fans say to me that maybe because there's no fans inside the stadium getting on his back, he's felt a little bit free to express himself more. I can't say whether that is or isn't true, but what I can say is I have to have him in my team of the year because I've been really impressed with him this year. I know I'm a Liverpool fan, you're probably not expecting me to put United players in, but I did tell you I was being unbiased in my decision making here, and I can't do this team of the year without putting Luke Shaw in it, because to me he deserves to be there. So just to reiterate, my back five: Mendy, Kufal, Diaz, Fofana and Luke Shaw. You know what they all have in common? They love smooth balls. You know who's the best at smooth balls? Manscaped. This Anfield Agenda show has been brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming. When you're a follically challenged man like myself on the top of the head, you want to make sure that you take care of yourself below. If you haven't tried their Lawnmower 3.0 electric trimmer, you've been missing out. Their 3rd generation trimmer features a cutting edge ceramic blade to keep your nuts as smooth as my head. The battery alone lasts up to 90 minutes, unlike most of us. The kit also includes crop preserver, otherwise known as their ball deodorant. Yes folks, I did say ball deodorant. It also comes with crop reviver, Manscaped's own ball toner. Sick of saggy balls? Use their ball toner and those days will be gone. They even added their shed travel bag and anti-chafing boxer briefs to complement not only their Perfect Package 3.0, but your perfect package as well. Let's get that bush to tush clean so you can be prepared at all times. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code WFM20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use our code WFM20. You too can be massive and your balls will thank you later. Now we're moving into the sexy positions, into midfield. My first choice is Ilkay Gundogan. What a season he has had at Manchester City. We've always known he's a baller, but this year he's really stepped up when it mattered. Particularly in the middle part of the season, his goal return was fantastic and he drove that Manchester City team on. We know that our manager Jurgen Klopp has always been a massive admirer of Gundogan, and this season in the Premier League, more than any I think since he's come to Manchester City, he has really stamped his authority in that midfield. So I can't do the team without putting Gundogan in there. I've seen others do the Premier League team of the season and not have him in. I've got to be honest, I was really shocked about it. To me, Gundogan is in there in central midfield. Next position that I've chosen is Kevin De Bruyne. Look, he is the closest thing that I've seen to a Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, this swashbuckling, all-attacking midfielder. And I'm a sucker for an attacking midfield. I'm sure you guys are as well. I didn't pick any holding midfielders in my team because it's too boring. And I know, I can look at Fabinho, I can look at Kante, I can look at many other great holding midfield players, but I wanted to go all out attack. I wanted to go with the philosophy of the Pep Guardiolas, the Jurgen Klopps of this world, and look through a forward attacking player. So look, Kevin De Bruyne has put up good numbers once again this season. He is the king of assists for me. People are going to be saying, hang on, Fernndez is the king of assists, but he's almost invented a style of assist. You know, that deep cross to the back post, the Stevie G ball as I like to call it. De Bruyne is just a sensational footballer, and to me this season has to be in the Premier League team of the season. So I've gone for 2 Manchester City players so far, but who accompanies them in the 3rd central midfield position? I've gone for Bruno Fernndez of Manchester United. He's been fantastic. I mean, yes, you can say that he scored a lot of goals, some of them have been from penalties, but I don't care. He is a damn good footballer and deserves to be in this team. He has drove Manchester United on this season, picked them up when they've needed to, scored some vital goals in games, and look, his assists have been sensational as well. He's a really tidy footballer, somebody who has graced the Premier League and improved the team around him, and that to me is a sign of an excellent player. I know he scored a load of penalties. I know that people will say he's stat-padded. I don't care. He's a good footballer. I have to admit that, and he has to make my team of the season. So that's the midfield trio: De Bruyne, Gundogan and Bruno Fernndez. And now we move to the even sexier end of the pitch, ladies and gentlemen, the attacking end of the pitch. So my first choice for forwards are Mohamed Salah. How Jamie Carragher did not put Mohamed Salah in his team of the season baffles me. He put Foden in, but for me, 15 Premier League starts is not enough to get you into the team of the season. Phil Foden is excellent. He's had an amazing season, particularly at the latter end of it when Manchester City needed him. He has stepped up, and I have no doubt that he has an extremely bright future ahead of him, and he's one of the most talented young players I've seen burst onto the scene. But Mohamed Salah, 20 goals and 4 assists with an average of 136 minutes per goal, has to be in my team of the season. He's the only Liverpool player I've put in there because he's the only Liverpool player that has stood up this year and has really put up numbers. So he's not at his best. He hasn't been the brilliant Mohamed Salah of old, but even at that, 20 Premier League goals so far in a golden boot race with Harry Kane. It's a no-brainer for me that he makes this team. So Mohamed Salah is the first of my 3 attackers. Next up on the list is Harry Kane. Look, particularly in the early part of the season, himself and Son were just putting up ridiculous numbers. 21 goals, 13 assists and 134 minutes per goal. You might not like Harry Kane sometimes, but we cannot deny he is a goal scorer of ruthless efficiency. So Harry Kane has to go in there through the middle for me. Whether he stays at Spurs this season or he moves on, that remains to be seen. But look, I'm not a massive fan of him all around, but this season I've been really impressed. He's added assists to his game, he's dropped deep, he's made sacrifices for the team, and that's not something I've ever said about Kane in the past, but he deserves his place in this team. It's been a fantastic season for him. And who partners him as the last attacking player? Heung-min Son. I know this was a difficult one because people are going to say to me that he's dropped off a bit at the end of the year. Even Spurs fans have come on streams and said that to me. But if you look, 17 goals, 10 assists and a goal rate of 168 minutes per goal as a backup almost, as a second to Harry Kane. I mean, I think back to the great duos of the past. I think back to Manchester United's Cole and York. I think back to Liverpool's time with Suarez and Sturridge and Sterling. I think back to Shearer and Sutton and all the way through. Those teams often at times mask the inefficiencies of the rest of their team, and I think with the numbers that Son and Kane have put up this year have almost glossed over how poor Spurs have been at times, and those 2 lads have put up extremely good numbers, and that to me is a no-brainer. So that's my team of the season. Now we'll look at the managers and my player of the season as well. This is what I've gone with. My Premier League manager of the season is, of course, Pep Guardiola. Nobody can deny that he deserves that award this season. He's won the Premier League, he's won the League Cup, he's in a Champions League final, and he has silenced any doubters around that Manchester City team. Liverpool took the league title away from them last year. City got off to a bit of a shaky start, but he's come back roaring with that City side, got them to a first Champions League final. And look, you can talk about David Moyes, you can talk about other managers who've had a good season, but let's push our bias aside. It's got to be Pep Guardiola. And my player of the season is Ruben Diaz, who also doubles as my signing of the season because, as I said, he's been that leader in Manchester City. Talking about Manchester City and the centre backs, look, there's a few players who didn't make this team that deserve special mention. John Stones has had a very good season. I think he's proved a lot of us wrong. A lot of us doubted John Stones' ability, but he's come back this season. Martinez, as I said earlier on, probably my second choice as goalkeeper. Midfielders, there's a few in there like N'Golo Kante, Jorginho, particularly on the Thomas Tuchel, has come on as well. Fabinho at Liverpool has done well at centre back in the midfield, but I think this is a fair and balanced team, ladies and gentlemen. So just to recap, Mendy in goal, Kufal, Fofana, Diaz and Luke Shaw. Then it's Bruno Fernndez, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Mohamed Salah, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. That is my Premier League team of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you disagree with me, who you'd have in instead and why. And thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video and get yourself over to manscaped.com. WFM20. Get yourself some smooth balls. I'll thank you later. Thank you, folks. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.